What's good, Life and Poetry fam? Welcome back to the channel with your boy, your host, one and only, Marcus T, this guy, and we are back with another video here as we move forward through the How to Write a Book, the complete step-by-step guide series on the channel. Before we move anything further, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Once it's done, please turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we here at Life and Poetry drop a new video. And guys, it's been a journey. Y'all been writing with me. Y'all been sticking with me. It's a lot. I'm a rethink how I do these series. This next series I do, because this was ridiculous to do the way I did it. But nonetheless, it's getting done. It's getting done nonetheless. I wanted to do it my way. We're gonna do it that way. But so far, we've dove into the writing process, guys. We've asked some important questions. We've established a great writing space. We've honed in on our ideas. We've outlined our story. We've done our research. We've created a writing routine as we started writing. We've completed our first draft. We've completed our first draft, right? And now we're going to go through revision and editing, right? Today we're going to talk about revision and editing, right? It goes hand in hand with finishing that first draft, right? So let's talk about it, shall we? We shall. Now, Life and Poetry family, friends, guests alike, visitors and writers around the world, revisions are something that I do not like. I hate rewrites. I hate proofreading. And I don't use the word hate a lot. But in this sense, I hate it. So I outsource. I outsource a lot of times to people who can do that for me. But many great works go through a ton of rewrites and revisions and restructuring, and it's okay. It's okay. It's part of the process, right? You can, like I said myself, I ask other people to do it for me. I don't like doing it. It's tedious. It's a lot to do. I give my proofreaders the concept of how I want to do something, and we'll go from there. But you can do it yourself or ask someone else to do it. You can ask your professional editors or someone who's a great writer who you trust. Allow them to tap in with you, and that will become, and we'll have that give and take. A lot of times you can't afford to hire a professional, but their friend is a great writer. I tap into those people in my corner. I align myself with people intentionally who can pour into me as I pour into them. But either way, you have to be honest and ruthless about how you want stuff done. You need somebody who, Jane. Okay. You have to be honest, and you have to have a great eye, a ruthless eye as you're rewriting, because you're looking for each minute detail, whether big or small, you're looking for those things. Punctuation, grammar, structure, word choice, all those things in that proofreading and the revision session. A big thing there. They're a big thing there. Again, you want your work to be seamless and fluid and make sense and structured properly the right way. As a creative writer, when I'm writing poetry, there are a lot of rules I don't follow. So in that sense, to be in my sometimes the people who I have proofread my work, we always don't see eye to eye, right? We come to a concise from time to time, but sometimes I'll say, this is how I want it done, this is how it's going to stay. I just need you to do just get the concept of it, in order. But those proofreaders and that proofreading revision goes a long way with what you need done. You want to make sure that you aren't using overly common descriptors. You don't want to rely on cliche tropes, so on and so forth. You want to make sure that there aren't any consistencies, any plot holes, any gaps in logic or development or design. And through this process, you want to develop a system that keeps track of your edits. This is why I use people who can edit for me, because this is too much to do for me. I don't have patience. I already wrote the thing. I don't have the patience always to go back and do it. And there are times where I will do my own proofreading and proofreading and editing. Because sometimes there's some things you can't convey to others. You want to get a specific thing out. Sometimes sometimes in my poetry, it requires a broken grammar or a description that's minute or broken. That doesn't need to be fixed, altered, or built upon. But that proofreading, guys, you have to dive deep. You have to be unprepared to go through and be hard on yourself through this process here. Because something that sounds good in your head don't logically or grammatically make sense. It don't sometimes. Sometimes we use double negatives without even realize we're doing it. Sometimes we're using common descriptors excessively, or we're using like or the and because, like certain words can be pulled out of the text. And we use fillers a lot of times. I know when I'm writing essays for school, you get them essays got to be a certain amount of words. Oh, I use fillers through and through. But just don't do that. Do what works for you as you work this process here, but allow yourself that time to do the revisions and the edits and to go through with a fine-tooth comb and look for the grammar, the punctuation, spelling, word choice, sentence structure, logic. Does it make sense? Does it flow? Is it breathable? Is it readable? Is it maintainable? Is it fluid? All those things take into factor. But again, research for yourself how you can become a better proofreader and editor if you want to do it yourself. If you have the means to do so, I encourage you to outsource and ask somebody else to do it for you. I'm a professional. I will go a long way. They know what they're doing. It's their job to do so. But it just takes work. It takes work. And it's okay if you have 32 revisions or proofreads. It's part of the process. Remember, marathon, not sprint. Part of that marathon is understanding that sometimes you'll have to step back, let something breathe, and come back to it. It ain't gonna happen in one day. Like I'm doing these videos here. Writing ain't gonna be like that. I'm recording these videos in one day. I could have done it. I could have done them in separate days, but I didn't want to. When it comes to writing, I'm not writing it in one day and publishing it that same day. It's not happening. Even in my poetry, I'm gonna go back to it because I may can fine tooth it. I may can build upon it. I may can change here. I may can make this more exuberant or extra there, or more spontaneous or mysterious there. I can do that when it comes to my writing, but take time. Take your time. Like I'm gonna do the next series, I'm gonna take my time because I'm tired. I'm taking my time. But we're gonna get through this here. We got 2 more to go. But that's the rewrite revision, what goes hand in hand with finishing that first draft. Hand in hand with finishing that first draft. And yeah, guys, this has been a process, but we're almost finished. You're almost finished your first piece of work, right? Imagine you're writing your book and you speed it up to follow this here, right? Imagine that, right? And that's what we're doing. I'm walking you through the process here and in scaled time, right? Not real time, as to how you can get your book done. You can always go back to look at these videos at your own leisure. So it really doesn't matter how I recorded them, as long as they came out, right? But your book is a bit different. Take your time. Time is your friend. Time is your friend. Make it your best friend through this process here. And allow it to work with you, not against you. But always remember to keep writing no matter what. As we said before, as we said in the as we finished the first draft, keep writing until you reach the end. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep proofreading until you can't proofread no more. Revise till you can't revise. Go through it. Make it ironclad. Make it tight knit. Make it structurally sound. Make it make sense for you and how you want your readers to portray, how you want your readers to receive it and digest it. Revise and edit. It's tip number 7. Life for your family. We're gonna roll right into tip number 8 in the next video, which is writing your second draft. You thought we stopped the revisions, right? You're gonna write your second draft. Your second draft typically is your final draft, depending on how many rewrites you do, right? Revisions, rewrites you do. But let's talk about it, right? We're going to talk about how to write your second draft in the next video here, guys. But remember, keep writing. And as always, stay safe, be blessed. Until next time, I'll catch y'all in a few. Roll over video. We out. Peace.